All right. Hello. My name is Barrett Jones. I am a record producer, songwriter, studio owner. Today, we are going to talk about something from my childhood that is now all of a sudden being talked about everywhere because of Stranger Things. It is the song by Kate Bush called Running Up That Hill. Parentheses, made a deal with God. Make a deal with God. And 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 I love this song. I loved it when it came out. I didn't buy the record. I didn't buy Hounds of Love, which I knew was a good record, but I loved this song when it came out. And we're going to talk about what about this song is so good. It's an interesting song. It's so very 80s. I mean, it came out in 1985. I was 19. And you could not get more 80s than this song and what was going on in the 80s. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this song. If you've never heard of it before and before you saw Stranger Things, or what you thought of it back then, or because I always liked this song, and it was a little bit outside of what I was actually listening to at the time. Although, I mean, I was also heavily into the Cocteau Twins, which is similar vein, and I was very indie. Anyway, let's listen to a little bit of this. I pulled up a live version, which is not live at all. It was on some show, and they're just lip syncing. It's so very. Well, that's not the one. That's the one. All right, here we go. They did mix in the crowd noise. Now we got a guitar, we got the fake fire. Just look at the sideburns on the bass player. 80s. So 80s. It's very interesting. I didn't really know what the song was about until I just read up on it. Let me just read you some of what she said it's about. I was trying to say, really, a man and a woman can't understand each other because we are a man and a woman. And if we could actually swap each other's roles, if we could actually be in each other's place for a while, I think we'd both be very surprised. And I think it would lead to a greater understanding. And really, the only way I could think of this could be done was either, I thought a deal with the devil. Well, no, why don't you make a deal with God? Because in a way it's so much more powerful, the whole idea of asking God to make a deal with you. You see, for me, it's still called Deal with God. That was the original title. It was the original title, and she wasn't allowed to use it from the record label. It was too controversial. So many issues with that, but we were told that if we kept this title, that it would not be played in any of the religious countries. Italy wouldn't play it, France wouldn't play it, Australia wouldn't play it, Ireland wouldn't play it, and that generally we might get blocked purely because it had God in the title. I find that really interesting. And it's also interesting now, with what's going on with the religious right and trying to cancel LGBTQ people at the moment. Anyway, back to this wonderful song. Let's continue listening.
It's you and me. If only could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building.
Yeah, that chorus is so cool, and it just hits you so well. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's the melody is really cool. You know, this song has. I was surprised at how little it has on it. It's basically just a Lynn drum machine, keyboard parts, and her vocals. That's really all it is. I mean, I saw that there are credits for drummers and guitar players. I barely hear any of that. All you really hear is the keyboards, the main like lead line of the keyboard, which is just like some weird synthy horn that has glide on it to make it, glide up to the note. And her vocals, which are just really cool sounding. There are lots of them there, and yeah, she's, originally the label said that they didn't want this as a single. They didn't get it, but she pushed it, and obviously it was the right choice. Sometimes melodies will just connect with you. This song's really long. It's like 4.5 minutes. Seems to go on forever, but it's really all about the way it goes from the vibe of the verse, which is kind of dreamy, and you get lost in it, and then all of a sudden the chorus just comes in and hits you.
See if only could. You don't wanna hurt me. See how deep the good lie. Unaware, tearing you asunder. There is thunder in our hearts. Is there so much hate for the ones we love? Well, tell me we both matter, don't we? It's you and me. It's you and me. You won't be unhappy. If only could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our place.
I love the choreography they've got going on here. It actually works really well with how the chorus comes in and how it makes you feel. It's just like this advancing. The vocal effects on this track are very interesting. It's like a little bit gainy. It's like almost distorted. It's probably just super compressed, and any low end on the vocal is chopped. So it's really close to kind of telephone sound, but not quite.
He says, be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. See if only could.
Another thing I want to talk about is the melody of that chorus to da 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 da. It jumps around a lot. It's not a very like smooth thing like that. It's a little bit unique in that way. Running up that road, running up that hill.
It's you and me. It's you and me. You won't be unhappy. Come, baby.
like a bridge, and you get a little vocoder effect going into her voice now. They did have a vocoder back then, but you can definitely hear that sort of super layered keyboard sound with the vocals.
Come on, angel. Come on, darling. Let's exchange the experience.
That little drum fill, very much like Phil Collins' thing going on, which that had just become the big thing. You know what I'm talking about, the Phil Collins drum fill. It's weird. This part gets a little bit. I mean, I know they have to be lip syncing because it's basically the version that came out, and they always lip synced on these things. But this is such a weird section. It's almost like they were gonna fade out the song, I think. That's definitely a vocoder right there, that sound. And they mixed in the audience noise well. So yeah, really cool song. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And let me know what you think about Stranger Things, because I thought this season was pretty awesome. Thank you for coming. Please subscribe. All right.